Woohoo! I'm the woohoo!
Well, good morning. How we doing today? Hey, everybody. Welcome. Hello. Zumzy. Vivox. Well, Jambi. Go West. Gangels, what's up? Hey, you guys. Hey, Nervex. Noble. How's it doing, Noble? How's it going, everybody? Eerie, hi there. Eerie, I found out the other day that we have land near each other. Pretty sure it was you. Well, welcome in. Halfd0rk. How's it going, George? Georgie. So, everybody. It might be a slow start. There's plenty to do, though. But let's just hop back into it. What up? Yo, 987A, how it do?
Gee, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Pinky.
Try to take over the world.
All good on the island. Hey, yo, aloha. So, I will, I think we should do some, like a poll of what we're doing today. Just for those of you interested. I mean, your voice has weight. So I want to do a quick poll here. And this is more so like I would do either. And so the poll is going to be, should we do Vox Edit today? Because I have the monochrome projects and I have to finish those two by the end of the week. Or we can hang out in Game Maker and learn some new mechanics. I have some ideas of things to do. So that'd be fun. How was the holiday? Well, Zumzy, it was a nice little vacation. Short break. I was in Canada for about 3 days. Traveling wasn't as fun as it should have been. But when I was there, I had a great time. Ooh, got a game. Ooh, 987A, I'm interested. Monday, fun day. So our choices are going to be Game Maker or Vox Edit. So you guys can vote, see what you want to do. But yeah, 97 I'd love to take a look. Eerie, I am East Coast. RD000, what up? How it do? Okay, everybody's likes Vox Edit today. You have a trailer. All right, 987. Let's check it out. Easy being green. It's even got music.
Your mission is one of danger, fire, and green. To claim the Mystic House plant for your apartment, and the G-Blade to protect the plant with. To achieve them, you will cross green cacti. Fly with eagles. Wait, they're not green. Battle the green dragons.
The green people.
Fend off the hordes of green Acurio and brave the demons. Yo, those aren't green either. What are you people pulling here?
That's a smiley face.
But there's something more about it. Just can't put your finger on it.
Well, now I want to play 97 Days game. Let's find it. Do you know what page it's on? Team Green. Get out of here, Rem60. Get out of here. Good morning, Keeper Top Shot. What up, dude? So we're gonna be hanging out in Vox Edit today, but I think we should play 97 Days game. And yes, page 1 ain't easy being green. Let's check it out. Whoop. Ain't easy being green. The eternal battle of living room decor taken to a whole new level. And so, yeah, as we're playing it, I'll try and give, honest critiques, feedback, all of the above. First thoughts, it's always good to, before you publish it, finding that perfect thumbnail. I like your title and your description. It's simple and it's like enticing, but like ain't easy being green. The thumbnail, it doesn't really like make me imagine anything. If the video is too weird, I don't think so. 97, it's the right amount of weird. Yeah, Woke Zombie, I agree. Invisible assets kind of ruin the imagination in a way. Let's see here. What music did you choose? Because that might affect if I play my own music. The song we're all quite familiar with. We'll see how long before it drives us crazy. The TikTok music? Ooh, okay. Well, first thing, I love the smiley face in the sky. And there's a good choice of colors too, because the contrast is really nice. So looking around, see if the lava hurts me. Okay, lava hurts. Yep. That is some damaging lava. Yep. Dude, Briya, what up? How's it going, Eric? How you been? Good morning. Okay, so it looks like we got some parkour action here. The dragon will attack me. Parkour. Can I make that jump? Obviously. I don't know if I can make that jump though.
This is parkour. Internet
Let me up.
sensation of 2004.
No. Gotta try. Let's see. But good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. We're actually playing 9A7A's game, which,
We suck again.
we suck again. Which literally came out, it's on page 1. So it's fresh. It's hot. Give it a try. Okay, so that is quite the jump. I might have to jump onto the green dude. Yep. I think that's the only way up. Okay, let's pretend like we're good at parkour. Parkour! No! I keep skidding. I do hope you have checkpoints. That might be useful. Oh, man. I don't know how many loops I can take of this song, though. Yo, Default, what up? The smiley face just reminded me you're dreaming about Sandbox. Woke zombie. So you were a sleeping zombie? Try to skip the little dragon? Let's see, I'll try again. That was close. I honestly don't know if I can make that jump. I know I can at least make the dragon jump. There's an invisible shelf? Maybe I'm jumping too far. Okay, good. Like, I was... Oh, is that a checkpoint? I kind of want to test for science. Instead, let's just keep jumping. Okay. What? Ah! Zacurios! So is Zacurio the name of the guy? Like, I know that's... Or is that like a title? I guess it's like the name of the person, you know? Name of the asset. Alright, beat me up. Beat me up. It's like beam me up from Star Trek. Instead it's just beat me up until I respawn. Perfect. And yes, checkpoints. Perfect. Nick Skull! Hey yo, what up Nick Skull? That's what they're labeled, yeah. Oh, so you're looking for the VIP messages. I need to update that. Okay, so let's take a look here. It's a pretty clear path. Well, the cactuses are saying like a message. So I think that's uh-oh. Wait, can I just jump across the cacti? Will I be able to get to this ladder? Yes. So I guess you could take either path. And then I just activated a new checkpoint. The tile itself is, like, I can tell it's a checkpoint. But maybe having, like, a sign instead, or just something that's more checkpointy. Or, yeah, or just, like, a literal sign that says, you've reached a checkpoint. Eagle! No! Kill me, cactus! Okay, so we're climbing. Climbing. Alright, Eagle. Take me with you. Thank you, Eagle. What a nice eagle for me to just ride on his back like that. Oh, okay. And the water hurts. Alright, alright. I mean, personally, I probably would have used more lava. But I also like that you used water. You could always make your own asset. Like, maybe, like, make some poison-looking water. Because that water looks nice, you know? I want to go for a swim. And I died. So 970 with the glow. That glow, when it's offset like that, usually means like the pivot point of the asset itself must be off-center. And equipment usually doesn't work well with rarity. Oh yeah, and 970, I'm just speaking my mind, so. Like, if you like that and how it feels, keep it. But if you guys wanted to play this is on page 1. The Team Green. Wait, what'd you call it? It's like the Isle of Green. Dang, dude, that's a tough jump. Well, I was also jumping when the rock was there, too. I should just wait. Too impatient. Bengali, what's up, dude? How are you, my friend? It ain't easy being green. I hope Kermit the Frog makes an appearance. Oh wait, am I Kermit? Kermit the Frog. Dang it! Kill me, cactus. Wait, this cactus won't hurt me. But that cactus hurts me. I mean, should all the cacti hurt you? That's the real question.
Good question.
Good question. But yeah, with the... Oh my god, I got caught on his wing. There is like a unique challenge with the platform and birds. Like that, you know, you have to walk with it, which is a little bit annoying. No copyright, 9A. True. Well, that's why you call him, like, Carmit. Yo, Saged. What's up, dude? Man, I'm getting caught on his wing when I try to jump off him. That or my spacebar's just sticking. Which sometimes happens. Like, you know, the little bit of lag. And then, yeah. I just gotta get to the next checkpoint. Just gotta get to the next checkpoint. That's all. That's all. So you gotta move a little bit. Jump. Perfect. Jump. 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 Waiting for the rock. Jump. So this is the other part where I got stuck. So it's not... Okay, there we go. Nice. And I got the checkpoint. The goblin looks friendly. I ain't killing it. No goblin. Now this looks difficult. This actually looks difficult. Mainly because I know I'm gonna slip and fall off of these birds. Bird behavior rocks like that. Hey, yo. Well, at least you have checkpoints. Like, if 97A, I would probably rage quit if you didn't have checkpoints. Oh, okay. Rip. Thanks for lurking, Bria. Bria. Slowly and surely. Slowly and man. We suck again! Okay, well, the song can go. Only because I've heard it in my dreams and my nightmares. Let's play some crunk music. EDM? We could try some EDM. But welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. It's Tuesday. I'm back. Took the weekend off. Had a fantastic vacation. I am literally ready to make cool things. So it's exciting to be back. So thank you everybody. Dork techno. Yes, please. I mean, EDM is basically techno. No. Yeah, those bird platforms are very awkward. Woohoo! Woohoo! So it goes up. So these are very inconsistent. And I'm looking for the next one to jump on, but because they're so inconsistent, I don't really have an option right away. What would be nice is if you had like one static platform, like in the middle somewhere. But I should be able to make this jump. I missed. Oh, I missed. But yeah, I would probably say just have like one static rock. You can jump on the corner. Too easy, true. True. It's definitely a challenge. However, these platforms are not meant to be even stepped on. Like, these are awkward to jump on. But I'm not giving up. Okay. Now's my chance! Cool. We've reached the new checkpoint. But see, I think all the other rocks were basically decoys. No, goblins, please! My green friends. I don't want to have to hurt you. Wait, how come you can hurt me, but I can't hurt you? I would say try, like, naming, you know, the goblins and the curios, at least to where they don't have the letters. So you can just have it, you know, like normal goblin. I don't want to hurt you. But he's not letting me up. Okay. Well, he actually, as soon as I said that, he just gives me a hand. Okay, so we got our houseplant. And that activated the platforms over there. Damn it. Whee! Good morning! What's up, Sparky? Doing well? Okay. I think I'm, you know, I'm an average parkourer. So the timing's a little bit weird, but we just had to wait. There's another Acurio checkpoint. Cool. So these guys are a nuisance, if nothing else. So we're climbing. So this is interesting. I would say it could use like one more shade of green up here. Just to give it like more, you know, eye candy. But I like the platform, like, jumping mechanic. Hey, imp. You don't seriously think it matters I'm not green, do you? Well, I couldn't read everything. So maybe consider having the delay a little bit longer. It looks like he's not going to repeat himself either. Well, time to die. And then we climb back up. So yeah, I can't reread what he said. So he must die now. Okay, bye-bye, you die. Bye-bye, you die now. This guy's also in the way. And I fell. Bye-bye, I die. Smiley. I would say turn the collision off on all this grass. Which is easy enough. You can just select them all by aiming your camera that direction. But that's my opinion. You don't have to turn off your grass. Alright, I think we're almost done though. Just judging by the size of the map here. Okay, I do not want to fight this imp. He's right in the way. Oh my, he moved as soon as I jumped. I got robbed. How you doing? I had a nice break. Thanks, Sparky. It's so nice to be able to, you know, take a little bit of time away from the things you love. Just a little bit. You know, obviously, Sandbox, you all. Like, I wanted to come back, and so it was such a... It's such a good feeling to be like, you know what? This has been a nice vacation, but my true love is the Sandbox. I love the Sandbox. Okay, so now I think I have to wait for that dragon to come back. Yeah, Yuri, you can, like, select you know, like drag select everything. And then you'd be able to just go into the settings and remove collisions for all of them. I'll show an example. So do I jump on him? You are persistent. Well, you need to hop on. Okay, I'm not gonna move. And I didn't move. I would honestly say give him like a small invisible platform. You know, something consistent. That way the player isn't just randomly falling off. Because all these like small platforms, especially the ones with like jagged edges, like the dragon, like those rocks, you know, they're not consistent. But like you said, that's part of the challenge. But it can be frustrating. So like sometimes I'll have to like keep up with this platform, but we'll see. It's so small. I'm not moving. No move. Completely still. I'm glad you moved him all the way, you know, so I could just hop off. Did I win? Screenshot. There's a white platform here. You want a POAP or something? It's hard to read this. You expected a squid or something? Can't believe you made it all this way. No one's gonna believe your story, so here's a POAP. Sorry, fresh out of t-shirts. Have a nice day. Oh, my head. Where have I been? Man, that salmon loaf picnic lunch really packed a punch. Whatever. Guess I'm back home. Hey, where'd that plant come from? Gonna grab it and put it apart. Yay! Well, now I what? To put it in my apartment. It ain't easy being green. Well, 97, that was fun. If you guys wanted to play it, let's see if you can beat my time. 18 minutes. It's on page 1. Drafts gallery. Ain't easy being green. 5 out of 5. Yeah, 997. I think it was a good experiment. Are you adding on to it? Sounds cool. Sounds cool. Well, let me know when version 1.2 is out. I think it flows 97A, but I think while we were playing it, you heard my my feedback. I think a lot of the assets are frustrating but challenging, as we saw. I think the color you could add more to just by having more variant greens. And I would also say naming things, such as the Acurios and Goblins, just removing that letter. I would definitely say remove the letters from their names. And you noticed with the sword, it had the offset rarity effect. I personally, actually, I can show you this right now. In my game, Runeblade, this was the first game I made. I haven't touched it since February. But I had a similar problem with my sword. So I ended up making a fake rarity effect and put it on top of it. Ooh, Nervex, I like that suggestion. Oh, Zumzy. Well, Zumzy. That's only half my time. 97.8, the only trick would be you have to name it the exact same thing. That way it updates the one in the drafts gallery. But if anybody can confirm, maybe you can rename it, you know, to something different. Okay, so in my game Runeblade, I have a sword here. And you'll notice there's a couple things going on. And that's because the sword, as you know, has this weird collision, because those of you that have worked in Vox Edit, you remember that there's like a player holding the sword as you're editing it. And so that same kind of collision is attached to that asset, to where it's like you have to walk up and grab the sword as though it was in someone's hand. And so that's why the offset is so weird sometimes, especially with like rarity effect. And so what I did was I had put this pillar here, this concrete pillar, and gave that the rarity V effect. So if we were to just... It's a little bit laggy. There we go. And so you can see as you approach, that's the rarity effect you see is the one that I put on the concrete pillar. And so then you would walk up to it, pick it up. And again, because of the bad collision, because, you know, the game is picturing it as though someone was holding it, because in Vox Edit, you have that weird template. Let me just hop into Vox Edit just to, you know, show it rather than try and explain it. So this is why the collision and the rarity effect is so weird on just a normal weapon, is because the game is imagining it in someone's hand. And that's why this template, you know, works the way it does. And so even approaching it, I'm randomly getting my pickup message. So like if I approach it from this side, it's just inconsistent, that's all. Cool. Alright, so we're going to be hanging out in Vox Edit today. There's no exit game? That's weird. That's very weird. Well. Oh, how did I make it disappear, 978? Well, I had the collision and the pickup attached to an invisible sword. So there was a fake sword that was just there for looks, and then there was the real sword, which was literally invisible. Nervex! Collecting a coin. Congratulations. Let me write your name down. And thank you so much. I gotta find more ways to spend your coins. You guys have been accumulating a lot of points, so thank you so much. And of course, 97A, I'm happy to give my feedback. If anybody else would like me to play their games, happy to do so. In the meantime, though, we're going to be working on our monochrome projects. We still have until the end of the month. You all should definitely, you know, look to finish yours, tweak yours, you know, start working on yours if you haven't. So let's go over here. Boop. This is fine. So in Vox Edit, this was my weapon. I decided to make like kind of like a muffler weapon, and I called it the torch pipe. Maybe I should like make it more mufflery. But I have this very small animation, this loop of these cylinders here that just kind of like and then they're spitting out little flames. And I was considering exploring a more like gray or dark smoke rather than the white, so it'd be a little more consistent. So I'm gonna see what that looks like. I'll probably hate it. We'll see. But I'm just literally clicking in the palette here and selecting the same colors that were being used and editing them. Oh, thanks, Nervex. Right now it's very simple. And so I want to give it some pizzazz. It needs some pizzazz. Yeah, UGC 97A, can you remind everyone here what that is? You know, for those of us that forgot. Obviously I know. But what's I know what it is, obviously. But user-generated content, right? Pretty sure that's what it is. I always read the acronym UGC and I'm like, is that like an event? Contest? So that's our smoke. Personally, I think it's going too far. So I'm probably going to adjust it. And that's a good starting place for us today. And so we can take a look here at my skeleton. And so after finding out how to make round shapes, that's like all I wanted to do. And so my entire weapon's basically round shapes. Oh, UTC? Yeah, that's true. 97 in Yuri. Yeah, I'm in the UGC time zone. Okay, so just taking a look at our skeleton here, we can see that there are several pieces, and I could have done better at renaming them. I was just kind of naming them as I went. But you have the cylinder itself, which I believe is going to be this one here, this one on the right side. But if we were to open it up, we can and click each one, we can see where they kind of form together. And so the way this is structured is that there are 20 blocks that all are rotated at a very slight angle. So every 5, we can see here in the rotation, it's, if I were to click each cog, it's basically rotated an extra 5 degrees. And so you can see on the right side, using the inspector, the Z rotation is 5 degrees. And so I have 20 per cylinder. The cylinder being the entire, like, muffler here. D-Electronics! How you doing, D-Electronics? Oh yeah, 97A. Could be. We should start our own. We can call it the user-generated content universal grappling competition. The UGC. And yeah, my faces are actually relatively small. I was kind of impressed with myself. Well, D-Electronics, I'm working on our monochrome weapon. And so I have right now a simple animation where we have these mufflers that kind of like ba-bump, 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 and then a little smoke comes out. So I was going to tweak the smoke to start. I do need to work on the pipes here. So if anybody has ideas, I'm going to be working on those. Try and make them smaller, you know, more accents rather than the main, like, eye focus. What I would have loved to try was have more of a fade that was animated. So this might have taken a little bit more setup, so I probably won't do it. But to have, like, color that would rise from, like, the bottom all the way to the top, which I think is possible. Like, I could even have, like, a separate asset that could, you know, as a ring, kind of flow all the way up. The Sebring sword. Sebring? I'm gonna learn a new word today. What does that word mean? Sebring? More recoil. Ooh. Yeah, D-Electronics. If you haven't heard, monochrome has several contests. 2, I should say, specifically. So you can make a equipment design or an NPC design. And so if we go to this page, it uses gleam.io, which I think is fantastic, especially for contests. But you're submitting it on Twitter when you're done with it. And you have 3 options. You can make a natural, full colored NPC. You can make a half, color, half black and white. Or you can make an all black and white NPC. And then there's also red. You can have red on your NPC. But yeah. It's going to be used in their game, which I think is very fun. And using the medium human template. They're aiming for realism. It's very apocalyptic theme. And then the other one was the equipment one, which is the one I'm working on right now. And that's an equipable weapon or armor. And one thing Cody mentioned was like, everybody's doing weapons. You guys should probably try, making some equipment. I think everybody just kind of like defaults to weapons. Sebring. Oh, Gengelis. That's a Sebring. Oh! So it's like part of the exhaust tubes. This is exactly what I'm looking for, Gengelis. Thank you, George. Yeah, something like this. Specifically. I'm gonna save this image, actually. Whoops. It's so tiny! Oh my goodness. Save, Sebring. And so I'll also open up my PureRef application. So I can bring that on to the screen so you guys can see that I'll be using that as kind of like a reference image. Let's see if I can get that working. Cool. So here's my reference image up in the top left. And so that's the one George pointed out. A Gatling sword. That sounds cool. Have the holes light up. That's an idea, 987A. But making them light up, I'm not entirely sure how to do that. And yeah, Zumzi, the round faces are fun. So this is my first real experiment with round faces. So I wanted to try and make something like this that kind of like juts out and around as kind of like a cross guard for this weapon. And I haven't decided on a name yet. So if you guys want to throw out names, you're more than welcome to. But like muffler, pipe, torch, things like those. But we can see that each of these parts of my skeleton on the left side here are part of the cylinders. And so I tried to group them as best as I could. Yuri! You want to see the puppy? That's what you're here for, Yuri. I'll have to show her in a moment. Panda Pops! What up? How you doing, Panda?
I'm amazing. Voxel artist.
Boop, 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 boop. The amazing voxel artist, Panda Pops. So, taking a look here. We can see my flames. That's what I was looking for. So the flames, I want to adjust. Right now they go a little bit too far. Woo! Woohoo! And so I'm probably going to move them about. Maybe I'll start from scratch. I don't want to start from scratch. But desperate times call for desperate measures.
The fan! I'm so excited!
Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Go West, if you're still here. Go West, are you here? If not, no worries. But I had made a boss for you guys to fight. So you guys can fight him. But it was Go West's boss. So he needs to be here. Okay. So we have the flames. The flames are all going to be coming from these mufflers here. Panda takes one to know one, right? But yeah, I was just reminded. Go West had suggested a worm for us to fight. Well, Sparky, welcome back. Did you have a nice vacation, Sparky? So here's our starting point. What we'll do is we'll actually place it here inside of the muffler, as well as copy pasting that final frame, or I should say the first frame, and pasting it onto the final frame. And then what we're also going to do is start with a very simple kind of like coming out, and then once it reaches its apex, so the last place that I want it to reach, so let's say it's right here. Once it reaches the tip of our sword, we'll say, that's where it needs to reset back to the previous, like starting point. And so to do that, we'll want to go one frame. So we'll probably make it flow as naturally as possible. So like the smoke itself might need to be a little bit slower. So let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good for smoke. So one more frame, we'll paste, and then we're also going to paste a second time. And so what I'm going to do with this frame here is I'm going to make it instant. So these animations here, someone had shared the document, and I want to say I bookmarked it. Ooh, I think I did. Cool, we can take a look at this. So in VoxEdit, we have the keyframes, the editor, and so you can pick between these 8 different basically transitions with your keyframes. And so what we're going to be using for this particular example is the instant. And so what that means is like it's boom boom, just there's no gradual keyframe kind of transition. Instead it's just one to the other. It does still put some frames. Oh yeah, for sure, Zumsy. And so here's the trick. I found a little trick with it, and so we'll get to that. Let's see. Gotta go. Be back. Sounds good, 987. Catch you later. Ooh, Sparky, you camped out with the kiddos. That's awesome. Were you camping or glamping, Sparky? Like in an RV or like a tent? That's real camping. Also sounds fun, so I hope you had a great time, Sparky. Good morning. Yeah. Thanks for the cheers, V. Oh, and D Electronics, thanks for the cheers. Sleeping bag in a tent, that's the real deal right there, Sparky. Okay, so here's what we're talking about. When we go all the way to the very last frame of our smoke here, there's going to be a moment, like this split second, where the smoke needs to find its way back into the muffler. And as someone had pointed out, who pointed that out? Zumsy had pointed out it's not literally instant. However, what we can do is we can make it go so fast from one point to another that it appears instant. And to do that, we make this last frame have an extra point where it's 600 feet in front of the player. 600 was what I found was like consistently faking it. And so what happens is the smoke will fly, and then when it reaches its apex, it will fly all the way forward. So that'll be the next frame after its final smoke point. So the next frame after its final point is 600 feet in front of the player using the instant, and then another instant where it brings it all the way back. Does that make sense? Because using that actually fakes this kind of transition in a more realistic way, because the smoke itself is going so far out and then so far back instantly that nobody can see it. And so I've found that to be a consistent way to hide the return of smoke, because it's going a huge distance in one frame and then returning a huge distance in one frame that nobody can see it. So that's what I found to be, it works for me. So whether or not it works for you, I don't know. I didn't know. So we'll make the smoke a little bit more realistic by kind of like making it jut out. We'll give it some random animations. We'll even turn it a little bit. We will want it to continue to fly, go a little bit forward. So then once we're happy with the animation, we'll likely just duplicate it and then have it go the full 6 seconds. Yeah, Sparky, that's the thing with camping. It's not really good for your back. Solo parenting two littles. Well, I'm sure they enjoyed the experience at least. Maxi Mac, what up, dude? Hanging out. Thanks, Maxi. Yeah, we're gonna be exploring the monochrome competition today. So I'll be streaming for another hour. We're just gonna be working on our monochrome submissions. But welcome in, Maxi. How's your day going? So the smoke, we'll probably have 2 different variations from this particular layer. So let's go ahead and add another. But before we do that, I'll copy these emotes. And this one will maybe like go a little bit south. Skip a couple frames, then we'll paste those emotes. We'll just move them a frame or 2. Cool. Pretty happy with it. Save. So I'm going to work on the flames, and then we're going to be working on the cross guard. I'm sure that'll probably take, the rest of our stream today. Fiber broadband installed. Ooh, Sparky or Maxi, nice. Couldn't be bothered to ring the bell or call me. What? Well, that's frustrating, Maxi. I guess you were working at the time? Yeah, that's kind of inconsiderate, huh? Some people, He just wanted the day off. Ooh, so what we can do, just because I'm looking at this, I've noticed that I had in my hierarchy on the left on the skeleton, that I had attached them all to a flame. And so what I can do is I can actually rotate this. And that way I don't even have to worry about rotating everything else. It can just be attached to the parent. So let's go ahead and make a new keyframe here. And then in the middle of them, I'll just rotate this and see how it affects everything. So that'll actually make our... well, I take it back, because some of these flames are going to be kind of like appearing out of nowhere. So maybe not too much rotation. So as we can see, the flames are literally hiding inside of my cylinders. So that idea, I'm going to just scrap it for now. Oh, you canceled 2 photo shoots. Damn. Sparky. D-Electronics. Once every 5 years, huh? Yeah, I want to go camping this summer. I'm going to make an effort myself. Because camping's one of those, like, reminders. Yeah, you're reminded, like, oh yeah, there's life outside my computer. And, oh yeah, some people, you know, live like this by choice. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this first flame number 1, like, cycling animation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of the emotes by holding down Control. Then I'll move a couple frames and just paste them. Make sure everything loops correctly. Yeah, looks pretty good. And so now, because I had, you know, 2 different versions for this particular flame, I'll do the same. We'll just paste those emotes again. And then maybe have 1 variant of the back end here, so I can take up the last of this negative space. So we'll start with a frame. Hey yo, Jayona! What's happening? How's Bangkok? And so, yeah, this one, that's on the last, you know, second of our animation. We'll probably adjust it just a little bit compared to, you know, its others. And again, we want it to end those 3 keyframes. Move it forward a bit. So this particular smoke, or the flame as I called it, is a little bit larger than I would like. So what's nice is even though I've already made it, I can just go into the asset itself and maybe remove a bit, edit it, tweak it. So I might, you know, remove 1 or 2 pieces. Like I might even make it a little more asymmetrical, something like this. Yeah, we'll explore this one. And I'll pick a different color here. See how that looks. So it's going to emerge from our muffler. That looks more like smoke to me. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to stagger some other of the smokes here. And so using that same technique, let's go ahead and recreate it. So I'm going to copy a keyframe, paste the keyframe. And so that flame is here at the moment. So I should actually delete it, that new keyframe I make, and make sure it's emerging from one of my mufflers. So that was the whole point of why I was remaking this animation. Was because I want it to emerge from these animated mufflers that seem to be kind of like shaking. So we can see the animation. Warm and rainy day? Well, that sounds nice, Jana. Are you going to spend your day inside? Bengali, I hope you're having a nice day too. Maxie, what was the thing you learned? Care to share with the class? Yeah, Maxi, I think that was because I moved that keyframe. I think I just fixed it because I copy pasted the first to the last. And so it was because I was tweaking that starting point. But it looks like that fixed it. So I'm going to paste that same keyframe several times throughout. And that's going to be the last, keyframe in this short animation that will loop for an entirety of 6 seconds. So it's like a small loop inside the big loop. And then we're going to have a kind of endpoint and apex. I just like the word apex. And so this would be like the last point as to where the smoke will appear. And when it reaches that point, so we're going to copy it. And we're going to go a frame before and paste it. So let's zoom in a bit on the layer here. So now that I have these 3 keyframes, one of which returns the smoke back to its origin point, we have the apex, which is going to be this keyframe here, which leaves us with this middle keyframe. And so what that's going to do, it is going to act as the intermediary of where the smoke is going to be transitioning back to its origin. And so what I've found to be consistent is I'll move it roughly 600 feet in front of the player and then give all 3 of these the instant animation. So if we were to go back into the Vox Edit guidelines, we can see the keyframe editor. There are 8 different transitions for our keyframes. And so by using instant, and as Zumzi pointed out, it's not quite literally instant. It's just, a one-way kind of like speed button pretty much. But because of that, we're able to go into Vox Edit, we can give it the instant keyframe, and then by having it 600 feet in front of the player here, it needs to travel quite some distance. And so it's all happening within 1-2 keyframes. So there are 3 keyframes here, but that's like literally 1-2 frames. So in these 2 frames, which is literally like a fraction of a second, it's going incredibly far in front of the player and then incredibly far back to the player. And so by using the instant transition, it's so fast that the player can't see it. And so that's what I found to be consistent, and it looks pretty fluid in game. And so when we're done with the smoke, we'll test it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that and demonstrate it as we're working on it. Just create the animation one of the mufflers, then copy. And the animation goes with it? True. Oh, Sparky, that sucks. Uh-oh. Why would it be corrupted, though? I've personally, knock on wood, my stuff has not been corrupted yet. So yeah, Maxi, we could just copy everything. I'm kind of going to each one individually just so it's a little more unique, but I do think you have a good point there. But yeah, I want my smoke to be, not symmetrical. So for now, I think I'll just have it go differently and just kind of edit it individually. And we'll rotate it a bit. See how that looks. And so the idea is I can see these 3 frames here, and that's the end point of my loop. So I want them to be staggered. I don't want them all to end at the same time. So what I can do is I can, control select and then just shift them to where they're relatively similar in length. So even having like this here, this literal 1 second frame, I'll probably do 2 second frame difference, will make it appear more realistic. And so that's what I'm playing with right now. Yeah, like that looks pretty good to me. You watch that smoke just kind of like pop out. I could always make the smoke a little bit slower too. But for now, I'm into it. So what I'll do is I will control select all of these. I'll paste it. And using this same kind of guideline here, about 4 frames here, we'll paste. If I paste flipped, I kind of want to see what happens. So I'll save it. Paste flipped. Oh. Well, I can see that it just literally flipped the order of them. So I don't want to paste flip them. So right now, my flame's actually going too fast. So we just tweak these as we go. Woke Zombie, I was thinking about it. Well, Woke Zombie, what day should we do? I'm thinking end of the month, maybe even this month. Panda Pops, yeah, corruption sometimes happens. Most of the time it's a rig corruption. Ooh. So Panda Pops is suggesting re-importing it to a new rig? Can you re-import the hierarchy to a locked template? And yeah, Vvox is also suggesting that. Okay, V. Usually when you delete a model and make a new one with the same name that you delete, that usually breaks it. Ooh. Oh. Good to note. Good to note. Ah, yes, Sparky. Panda taught me that trick a long time ago. Oh! Panda, teach us tricks! But tricks are for kids. Also, Panda has a character named Tricks. I'm so smart. Panda's a voxel artist. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. So the smoke right now is going a little bit too fast for my liking. Let's give it a little curve here, see if that helps. It's actually making it worse. Oh wait, that helped. So we'll do something similar with this one. Maybe even edit this one. So now that I have 2 different kind of like animations to this layer. So again, like zooming out, we can see on this layer, it's 6 seconds long. But I have this mini animation that's looping inside of it. And I've just duplicated it, and now I'm kind of like editing it just a little bit so that it's kind of doing a 1 second animation, returns, does a different 1 second animation, and so we do that for a full 6 seconds for the entirety of the loop. And when I'm happy with this one, I'll probably just duplicate it. And so then I'm duplicating these 2 second loops. And so then we can copy these. And I want to try and line it up a little bit better to where it'll end close to 6 seconds. So what we'll do is we'll select all, copy. And then I'm going to try and paste this one. And then skip ahead and paste it just before 6 seconds. And we can see it's not quite the full duration, but at the same time I'm going to have other smoke coming out, so we can just see how this looks. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it, you know, just for testing. Also, I see the smoke coming out right here. This, what is that? What are you? So this just needed to be edited. So I'm gonna have this go right here. That's your favorite sound now, Panda? Oh, okay, Sparky. So everyone is allowed to learn. Sparky, when are you gonna stream? Teach us the things you've been taught. Which, by the way, if anybody has the, what's the word I'm looking for? The ambition, the drive, the will to start streaming, let me know. I can help you. I would be glad to help you. It's something I've done for many years. Like, I use recording software, I use streaming software daily. If you didn't know, I used to stream before Sandbox, and I kind of quit. I wasn't very happy with my progress and the community I was building and the games I was playing. I was actually playing games I didn't enjoy, and I kind of got burnt out on streaming before. So now I've kind of like made this schedule 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and it's been very good for my like mental health. If you want to consider streaming, I do not suggest streaming more than 20 hours a week. I don't suggest that. Far from it. Can you help me with the will to stream? Panda, you already have a good like will. Like, I think you enjoy it. I can tell you enjoy it, Panda. And you're good at it. Sparky doesn't have a mic. Rip. Sparky, we will ship you one. That way you can't use that excuse. You'll have to come up with a new excuse, Sparky. And yeah, Maxi, I think you have a great voice in terms of talking your way through things. And that's part of streaming in a way, is you need to kind of almost talk about what you're doing out loud so that you can continue this dialogue, really, even though it's a dialogue with yourself. And I personally, you know, I'm able to share this stream with you all, but the first couple times you're probably not going to have, you know, a lot of folks pop in. But by being here, your voice is already heard. Like, everyone here wants to support each other. This is a community. We're all friends here. Zumzy, what have I streamed before Sandbox? Zumzy, I was streaming a lot of Fortnite and Minecraft at the time. And then whenever I tried to stream the games I enjoyed, you know, the Fortnite and Minecraft people were like, no, we don't like these games, Halfd0rk. And I was like, oh, okay. And then so I basically dug a ditch for myself, Zumzy, of just, okay, I guess I'm a Fortnite Minecraft streamer now. And so I just grew to hate it, because I wasn't enjoying it, that's all. And yeah, it, like, hindsight 2020, like, I completely understand that kind of like willingness to gain the approval of other people caused me to fail. Like, I was so willing to make other people happy that I wasn't making myself, you know, happy. I wasn't enjoying streaming itself. But now Sandbox rolls around, and like, I have so much fun creating, sharing the process, and making games especially. Like, I love everything about the Sandbox, so that I'm here to stay, guys. Yeah, Yuri, 20 hours a week is a lot. I'm only doing minimum 10 hours a week, maximum 20. And yeah, Maxi, that's exciting. I'm glad you're making these upgrades. Panda. Tell your mom I said hi. She seems nice. Thank you, Giona. I appreciate that. I think the memes help too. I appreciate it, Giona. A Micey for Sparky. Ooh, yeah, Gangelis, I could see it. Yeah, Sparky, that you could be like Pikachu themed. If you wanted. And yeah, Maxi, when you stream games, you're gonna get kids being kids. At this time, Maxi, that's a good point. You know, kids aren't exactly here yet. I would say Sandbox is going to be incredibly attractive to kids in the future. I think, you know, this is obviously me being hopeful here, but I think kids are going to start coming in droves. Like, I think, like, Sandbox is going to entice, you know, younger generations. It'll likely be the entry for cryptocurrency for a lot of younger generations. That's just me thinking out loud, really. Okay, so our smoke here, we want it to loop every 1 second. So that means we're going to end a frame. And this is me kind of repeating my process. It might not be the right one, but it works for me. So we have 3 frames. One of which is going to be the apex. So let's go ahead and find our apex. Apex meaning the final point, quote unquote, of the smoke. And we also want to stagger it to where it's not meeting the end at the same time. So we'll probably move these a little bit after 1 second. And then we can see the apex here. We're going to copy it, move it 1 frame behind and paste it. And then this middle frame is going to go 600 frames in front. And so what that does is it makes the instant keyframe transition a little bit faster because it's going voop voop. Because it's going voop voop, it's also doing it so fast that the player can't see it. And I was using 600 as kind of like a baseline. So 600 feet in front of the player. So in literally 1 frame being about, is it 24 frames per second? Does anybody know, any of you voxel edit artists, like how many frames per second is this? I guess I could count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6, 12, 18, 24. So 24 frames per second, I believe. Yep. So I did guess it right. Thank you, Zumsy. Gangelis, thank you. And so 24 frames. So in literally 1 frame, so 1/24th of a second, it's going 600 feet. And then in another 1/24th of a second, going all the way back to its starting point. And because of that speed as well as the distance, another one. And because of that distance traveled and the time spent, it's so fast that the player can't see it. And as we pointed out before, like if I didn't do this, we could actually see it a little bit clearer. And like we could watch it kind of reset itself. And so we don't want that. That's why I'm doing this, 600 feet in front of the player thing. So we don't see it return. Yeah, the travel time. And yeah, Maxi, I agree. It's lovely. And Maxi, if you do stream tonight, I will try to be there for sure. So if you all are looking for another voxel stream today, make sure you follow Maxi Mac here. Take that link. They also stream on Twitch. And he's right now updating his internet, so big things are to come. Getting prepared. So let's see here. Now that I've kind of made my endpoint, I've created that final spot for the smoke to, rise to. Then 1 second later, goes 600 feet in front, and then, 1 frame later, goes right back to where it came from. For sure, Maxi. And yeah, we're all fam here. SSK Wolf! What up, dude? How you doing, man? Alright, so let's watch our smoke real quick. So it starts here in the muffler. And then very briefly, it's going to rise. And this one's actually a little bit slower, which I'm kind of a fan of. Like that. Panda, I mean, the role can be yours if you want to claim it. I like to think I'm the fun uncle with like bad jokes and stuff. I imagine in the future uncles are just going to be like sharing memes. That's just the new uncle joke. It's just memes.
Oh yeah.
And uncles in general are cringe, like me. Save! Okay. Thanks, George. So we got Aunt Panda and Uncle Halfd0rk. Cool. So now I've got two variations of smoke coming out of these mufflers here. And they're timed inconsistently, which is important. So it's not like it doesn't look as though it's symmetrical. It doesn't look that it's looping in a way. It looks unique. Every second you're looking at it, it's different. And so that I think that's encouraging, you know, for a player to just stare at this. And so now I'm going to make something similar on this side. But before I do that, I do want to see perhaps changing this to where it's a little bit more inconsistent. So I'm going to try something like this. And so it kind of looks more like smoke because it's got that natural curve, and then plus the animation will make it appear more smoky. However, it's still, I think, a little bit too light. So I'm going to remove that white brick there. So what I can do is I can just select it in the palette and then just adjust the color from here. So we'll try that. We'll zoom in, play the animation again. So it appears as though it's a little bit too thick. And so, meaning I could experiment and maybe do like, not 10, but maybe 4. And I'll spread these blocks around. And so we can try a different tool here to, you know, do the same thing. So I'll use the select tool, the rectangle select, and then I'll drag this one all the way to the right. This one I'll drag like 1 or 2 over. We'll save it. See how that looks. So like that looks, you know, more smoky to me. I kind of like that a lot. And then this one we'll probably do the same. We'll adjust it to where there's like 3 frames. And it can go up. We'll pick another darker shade of gray. One of our 50 shades. And then I'll also eyedrop this one and maybe make it a little bit darker. So that's actually too dark for that. Still a little bit too dark. Do you think Maxi 3? Panda, are we married? I think we're siblings, Panda. We don't have to be married. I don't know if I'll ever get married, to be honest. You want to be in a civil union with me, Panda? We can share our taxes. Isn't that romantic? Not buried yet. And Game Maker, they may be different colors. Ooh, true, Maxi. And yeah, Gigelis, old people on Muppet Show. Oh, true. That could be me and Panda, George. Sparky, I think you're the cool aunt, too. And yes, if my... Okay, long story short, my parents hate the idea of video games. I've tried to encourage them to at least try them. You are an 11. But yeah, my parents, you know, look at video games and they think it's a waste of time. And then they'll go sit in front of the TV for 6 hours. Which is ironic. But I think video games, like, challenge your mind. Like, if I were running a nursing home, not saying I ever will, but I would ensure that every elderly person has a fun game, something that, you know, exercises their mind. And what I'm trying to say is that no matter what age you are, because I know, Sparky, you're what, like 24? It's a good way to be mentally active, is playing games. Encourage reading. Exactly, Panda. You know it, Sparky. Exactly. And yeah, Maxi, I feel the same. Feel the same way. I think video games, they have a bad rap because everybody's like, oh, video games are violent. Video games, you know, it's like, you're not really doing anything active. But these are the same people that are like watching TV, they're watching the news. They're, you know, binging Netflix. Personally, it's just my favorite form of entertainment. I'm obviously biased, but... Okay, so let's find our flames again. And now I'm going to work on the last one, and then we're going to try it in Game Maker. And once it's in Game Maker, we can maybe find something else to work on. We had found a cool crossguard in the form of a Sebring that I believe George shared with us. And so I want to try and make a cool crossguard. Right now, this is just a template. What I have right there is just like reference. So here's our last flame. Excuse me. So right now it's hiding inside of our cylinder here. So we're going to move it to where it's coming out of this rightmost. It's so easy to lose things if you click on the wrong thing. Okay. So we find the flame, we'll move that origin point to where we want it to emit from. So about here. We're going to copy that frame. We'll put it on the last frame. And then we'll also have a looping placement for it right here-ish. And with that, now we can make another frame just before it. That is the apex. So this is where it will end. We'll maybe make this one a little bit more center, but up. So it'll go up a little bit more. I should take a look at the mufflers. So I tried to make it, you know, asymmetrical. So I'll have this one go like 3 blocks up. Well, compared to the other side, I should make it go down instead. We'll also rotate it a little bit. And then we'll move one frame behind. We'll copy. We'll paste. And then we're going to take that middle frame and move it 600 places forward. And so as we described before, this is just to kind of fake that return to where it's instantaneous. Ooh, RD 0007 it says my grandma's 86. She started playing games on mobile. See, that's exciting. I've seen grandmas play Animal Crossing or The Sims, and it's like you can tell that it's their new obsession, obviously, but it's something that they can, you know, pick up, play, enjoy, have fun. It's like reading a book, but the book is interactive. Like you're making things happen just by touching them. There's just something exciting about that. Yeah, GTA got blamed for gun crime, Maxi. Who knows? Maybe the Sandbox is going to get blamed for, like, kids and marijuana because Snoop Dogg or something. Matt? Ooh, Sparky, that's cool. Minecraft has a lot to learn. Like, I've always liked that about Minecraft. Yeah, Panda. They're going to start younger and younger. Just kids. Only kids. Us adults, we don't give in to temptations. Not us. But that is worth noting. You know, like in the Sandbox, because it's intended for 18 and older, even though it does look like a kid's game, like we all know that, it's going to have adult themes in some of the games. And so I think marijuana itself, is one of those things that it's going to be very prevalent, simply because we have people like Snoop Dogg, you know, literally the face of Sandbox in a lot of places. Like, if you look on the map of Sandbox, there's literally a giant square with Snoop Dogg on it. And if so, a kid was like, ooh, what's this? He looks very nice. I'm gonna go visit his land. And then all of a sudden, bongs, girls in bikinis, blunts. I mean, I'll probably visit. Balance is key. Exactly. Not for kids, for show. But, you know, these are the types of topics that are worth at least, you know, talking about. And yes, parents will want to censor it. I think they should. And so I hope Sandbox has ways for parents to monitor it. Exactly. And yeah, Sparky, I agree. You all were there when I suggested having some sort of parental control in the form of an NFT. And I still like this idea, and I wish, you know, Sandbox hears me out. So Sandbox, if you're listening, good old Sandbox in the sky. But having an NFT that locks content, much like having an NFT that unlocks content, like they were suggesting you have to own an NFT in order to get into land. What if it's the opposite? Like a parent could buy an NFT that locks certain content, that has a mature filter on it. Ooh, Panda. Beans. Parental beans. But yeah, if anything, I really enjoy being a part of this space simply because it's so innovative. Like, I think all of us here, you know, we're pioneers in a way, and that's exciting. What up? What up, Yuri? Kind of cool. Oh, exactly. And yeah, Sparky, it's peace of mind, especially for parents. What is happening? I guess my cursor was in the wrong placement. So we're going to give it a little bit of a sway here. What's the name of this one? Let me take a look. So here's the keyframe editor. Let me just share this link if anybody's interested. But you can learn the names of all the box edit keyframes and their transitions. So right now I'm trying the cubic in and out. So that means it gives it this slight curve in the form of time. So the time in between the keyframes has this slight kind of like delay. And then it evens out and then has a new delay with the in and out. So in and out being like the return to the next keyframe as well as the leaving of the keyframe. So yeah, cool stuff. So we can see it in a way. You can see it as it leaves, it has this kind of slow leaving, and then it speeds up, and it has the slow arrival. And then with these last 3 keyframes, we want them to be instantaneous. Cool, I'm happy with that. So we're going to copy all these, and we're going to paste them a little bit along the way. Paste. And paste. Cool. So we're going to save this, and now I'm going to bring it into the Game Maker. And we're going to test it. Let's go ahead and loop it real quick. So the one thing I'm not too happy about is these 3 blocks. They're a little bit chunky. But maybe it was just because I was looking at them from a particular angle. And this one, I do want to edit a little bit. Let's make this one 4 long. We'll remove a couple. Place them like this. Maybe change the color of one of them. It's like a slightly different gray. This one will maybe change a little. Save, see how it looks. And so one thing I just noticed, which is a little bit embarrassing, is on the first frame, we have it kind of like sticking out. This one here. So we do want the origin to be hidden. Like that. And so what I'll have to do is copy this first frame. And then go to each of these starting frames. So like this one. And I'll go ahead and just delete all the others and then just repaste them. Take this, copy. Paste. And then paste. And we'll do a paste. And we'll play it. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Namaste, DJ AJ. Crock of gold, Maxi. Oh, you finished your game and you fixed everything. Yo, would love to play it. I'll probably play it off stream. Right now, I do want to, use the next 20-ish minutes. Well, we'll at least test this. Maybe we can play it after I test it. I remember playing your game when it was V1. That was for the Game Jam, wasn't it, Maxi? The Alpha Game Jam? And this is my monochrome weapon that we're working on. And he was able to escape, Maxi. So we don't want him to escape. I gotcha. Okay, so what we're doing is we need to, first of all, update my weapon. So I have it here on the map. So I place it right here. This was the first version. And we can see the difference in what I made like a couple weeks ago, or more like a week ago. And then our current version, which we edited the smoke. And so what I was looking at in game was the smoke was a little bit too ambitious. So it was flying too far forward, and it was flying like outside of the centerpiece. And so the idea is like each of these mufflers was going to be an origin. And so let's go ahead and take our pad here, our spawn pad, and we're going to move it all the way back over. We'll hit end on the keyboard to align it with the ground. So when we spawn in, excuse me, we'll be able to take a look at our weapon here. I'll also put one in my hand, so it's easier to kind of run around with, play with it. So one thing you'll notice is it's actually hard to click. Like I can't click on the thing right now because of the weird pivot point. So it's like if I wanted to click on it, it's probably like around this spot, but I can't. So I have to like drag select. So like I'm trying, oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I was in Game Maker, and I'm over here talking as though you guys can see what I'm doing. So basically, I'm setting up on screen here to have my monochrome weapon in my hand, as well as in front of us, so we can take a look. And the original version had the white smoke that was arising. And then it was also coming out of the center of the pipe. And so I didn't like that, and that's why we basically tore it apart and readjusted the smoke. And now also the player is going to spawn with it in their hand, so we can take a better look at it. And so the smoke itself looked a little weird to me, and so that's why we redid it. And then I was just now trying to pick it up, and I was having trouble. So that's what I was talking about. But we'll remove it, place it, put it on the ground. We'll go ahead and save. And then what we need to do then is hop back into Box Edit and export it. So we'll save it. File, export to Marketplace. Oh, it does? Thanks, Maxi. I do need to export the new version, but I think it does look pretty good. So we'll do replace asset on the marketplace. We'll find the torch pipe, is what I called it. This is version 0.6 now. I'll have a proper description when I have version 1. And right now I'm pretty happy with this setup. I like it as an epic weapon. We'll save it as a draft. Ooh. So then we need to go back into Game Maker, leave and come back. Yeah, Maxi. So I that was the previous version. This new version just has updated voxel smoke, pretty much. That's like the main thing we worked on. And yeah, Maxi, you got your leprechauns published. That's fantastic. And yeah, I think shout out to V for that. So thanks, V. Took about an hour to finish. Okay. Well, we might play a little bit of it. Ooh, check out that smoke. And so now it's emitting from the mufflers. So we can see it. We can see the smoke in the sky. But in game, we don't really see. Uh-oh. Well, I'll need to check the keyframes, because it does appear to be only some of them. Like, some of them might not have that instant keyframe. That's a good starting point. But, yeah. So the smoke itself still needs a little bit of work. So, funny enough, nobody was able to pick up this weapon, just because I had removed the jump. So I need to adjust that real quick. We'll just remove the rock. Place it over here. It's so stupid. Yeah, some are slower. So I think I did it correctly for like some of them. Maybe like 1 or 2 frames are just not, they don't have the right keyframe on them. So we have our beating stick. Maybe this is the weapon I should submit to the monochrome project. The fact that you can do this is kind of insane. But if you weren't here, if you're turned any which direction, like if I wanted to slap some zombies in front of me, I can't hit them without the third attack. Actually, it just really depends on what angle you're facing. So like I can hit things from a far distance on the third attack. Or if I turn around, it's going to hit everything behind me. Which is so weird. The collision of it is allowing me to hit things behind me. And so because this weapon, I extended the collision of it using Vox Edit and then publishing it. I literally published this asset, by the way. So I could slap things in a 90-degree area behind me. Although if I turn a little bit, it's basically everything in a half circle behind me is getting hit. And yeah, you could totally kite things so well. Like I could probably kite this guy and just run away from him and attacking every once in a while. Can you climb it? Wait, can't I drop things? How do you drop things? Inventory, nope. NFTs? I know there's a way to drop things, but I don't think you can do it in this play mode. It's, This is that new item that Codazine published. The Git Girl, Josephina Disguise. It fits speed so well. So now I'm curious if my smoke is going to hit things that are like a distance away. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, you guys should definitely pick up the Git Girl if you haven't already. It's 15 sand, which is a pretty good price at the moment. It's what, like almost 30 bucks? So if you can drop 30 bucks on an asset, this is the one you should get. Or if you're able to drop a couple sand, you should check out this nice item that I'm about to show you. Wow, there's a lot of new assets on the marketplace. But if you have a 31 sand lying about, you should pick up one of these bad boys. A large bookcase made by the very own Panda Pops. I'm going to be putting this in my in-game apartment. But you can change the color of it using the animated decoration. And so it looks white, but then in-game, it's a brilliant brown. And each one of the bookcases has a different variation on it. Each shelf, like, I love the books. The fact that you were able to hide all of these and then took the time to make each one different. Like, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to put it right next to each other. I'll go ahead and shift click them into place and then just drag them just to where they're aligned. And so we'll have Darkwood 2 and we can see them next to each other. And so there's these slight variations on even the same color ones. And I don't know, that's just such great attention to detail. Did I recently buy it? Panda, yes I did. The amazing large bookcase. I bought it just this morning, Panda. Oh, I see what you're saying, Panda. Because the colors are inconsistent. It definitely depends on what ambience we're using. So, like, let's... Boop, 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 boop. So, let's see what another couple colors look like. I need another spot for it. Let's put it along this wall here. So we'll rotate it and place it right up against the wall. Make sure the back of it is visible. Like that.
I'm amazing. Voxel artist.
Boop, 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 boop. I'll just put it against this wall. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna try a different color here. Let's use the light wood. Panda, are you able to update these after they're published? I mean, you're part of the creator fund, so it might be different for you. That's why I ask. But like, if it's a published asset, there's like no coming back. Nope. And so oh, you guys can't see. I will point out, and this isn't anything like major, but Lightwood 01 and then Lightwood 2. Like, Lightwood 2 is the only one without the 0 in front of it. But now, I still love it, obviously. But we have Lightwood 2. Panda's like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Let's take a look. So we can see the variations, though. Everything, like, is crisp. It's clean. Like, and there's such great attention to detail. I love the heart. And the contrast is nice. The binding on each of the books is different, so it makes it more eye-popping. So if I were walking up to it from a distance, could see it. Yeah, Panda, I believe, and this is just me theorizing, is like, how often do they take it into the Game Maker? They should, right? So we got Blackwood. Oh, meant to. Okay, Panda. Is it taller? So I see it's Z fighting, and that's just because of how I line them up. That's interesting, because in this part... Ooh. Okay, this is just intriguing me now. So I have them lined up slightly taller. Okay, that's cool. So if we were to take a look. Yeah, we can see this bookshelf is slightly taller. And the shelves are a little bit wider. And yeah, the shelves themselves are also differing heights. So that adds a little bit more variance and versatility. I'm definitely going to make these like a big part of my social hub, the Halfd0rk house, the halfway house. But I might buy one and put them in other games too. Buy another one, I should say. Another one. Yeah, I noticed that, Panda. And then the thicker shelves are like on the Blackwood. It's just a nice touch. Like, I can use this in different rooms. Like, you know, one room would be like the Blackwood. Then the other room would use only the Lightwood. And then we have the Whitewood. And this is what I personally enjoy about the assets I buy, is I try to buy assets that have utility. And so this is one of those that has so much value just in one asset. And so, highly recommend it. You guys, if you make a high utility asset, such as this one, like, I'm probably going to buy it. Greavox, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, for sure, Panda. Like this is an asset as soon as I saw it, and as soon as you showed like the different versions that are inside of the one version, like how many do we have? We have 8. 8 assets in one. Like that is high utility. Literally 8 assets in one. And so that's also the assets I want to try and make too. And so yeah, like each one of the rooms in my house will have a different color. Big brain. Yeah, that's a brain blast. But yeah, just showing off the amazing voxel artist pandas. Padna.
I'm amazing. Voxel artist.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, Zumzy, you made that gaming chair, didn't you?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Are you okay?
Alright, well, I should probably republish this. I forgot the sword sticks through the ground here. But yeah, we were testing things. And it doesn't really make sense, I don't think, for someone just kind of like playing random games. Oh, you can also get stuck. Oh, if you were jumping, I guess. Ooh, what's the car drive like underwater? Wait, I can't grab it. No! Come on! I should just reset. There we go. So I want to go underwater. Nice. Can I leave? Yeah, that's how cars work. Cool. So yeah, I'll republish this so you guys can play around with it. You're ripping gunshots. Oh, true. Because of the weapon, you mean, Gingelis? What? Zumzy? Zumzy, are you part of the Creator Fund? It has collisions, but the chair isn't that big. That's true, Zumzy. What we can do, and this is just me what's the word? Hypothetically. Like, let me do what I imagine Zumzy's chair is like. So we have, let's say, a chair. Like, if we were to put this into Game Maker, let's try interacting with this chair. So imagine this is Zumzy's chair. So it does have some slight collisions to it. I need to remove the jump. I need to reset this. So jump force we'll put back at normal, 8.5. So if we jump into the game, we can jump now. And so on the chair, Zumzy's might not have proper collisions. So, that being said, this might not be a good example. But this chair, for example, we could hop into the seat. Zumzy's chair, because it has animations, would likely be like a giant, like invisible block. So, just for reference here, we could see that Zumzy's might just be like an entire block, pretty much, because of the animations. So what we could do is we could have Zumzy's chair be no collisions, and instead we use like smaller objects, such as I was just gonna be ironic and say like such as a different chair, but like we could use this pillar, for example. So the pillar itself would be collidable, and so we'd have one that would be like the base of it, but it would be invisible. So the chair itself, we can, jump onto and sit inside. Yeah, something like that. But that's just me like thinking out loud as to, you know, a solution for those of you that buy Zumzi's chair, such as myself. Looks cool going up the stairs. Well, Greenbox, I will allow everyone to play this map. I've updated it a bit since its last version. And so if anybody wants to play it, there's a couple new things. Like I updated the music floor. I added this cooking machine that when you interact with it, it's going to cycle through animations using an asset spawning. And so this is me exploring a timeline of sorts. So it's like it would start with one animation, and then every couple seconds it's going to kill this asset and spawn a new version of the asset with a different animation. And then I was experimenting with bird behaviors that are linked to platform behaviors. So you can see each of these green gems has a different bird or platform behavior, and it was causing this plate to kind of move incredibly random. And then I also had this bird that had like the default bird behavior, and you can see him doing like 180s, which looks kind of weird. But you could make that use like fireflies or like insects or like small particles in the air instead of the actual bird. That might look cool. I remember we made this, and so we were testing like particle effects. And so what that's doing is an asset is dealing damage. And as it's dealing damage, some of these objects have health. So this particular gem is interacting with this box and killing the box because it has health. But the box is respawning every time it dies. Then we had this asset here that was invincible. So it has the health component, but the box itself is invincible, so it's not taking damage. But the particle effect is because the gem is dealing damage. So because there's an invisible gem dealing damage, it's spamming this particle effect. So it's sending out that damage message. But the box itself is invincible. And then this last one, we hid the box. And so it's just a consistent particle effect that's dealing damage, and the box is invisible, so we're only left with the particles. But yeah, just cool stuff. My experiments, I suppose. This is my laboratory. And then now we have pandas, bookcases. And then down here, this is what we ended with last week. I was exploring patrols. So like when we interact with this start patrol, our patrolman reaches a certain point, then he looks a different direction. It looks as though it was a little bit delayed there. And then we also had Touche here, who does a 180 when he reaches a certain point. Which looks kind of cool. But the timing of it is a little bit off. I'd probably work on it a bit. And over here, we had... oh, I don't want to touch him, because he'll actually kill me. He'll literally kill me, and then break my game. Oh, okay, that was close, actually. I watched my character die, and I was like, exit! I'm gonna go ahead and save it. A couple other things. We had these utility walls. So these all have a pivot point that is on the very bottom. And what that allows me to do is make them emerge and then go outside of the map. And so I was kind of working on a way to create almost like a stadium. So what you could do is you could have literally stadium seating that the player cannot touch, which is outside the map. And so because the pivot point is on the outside, you're tilting it in a way that creates that barrier. Yeah, Zumzi, 100%. My smoke needs to be improved. It's not quite finished, so I have a lot to go with my weapon. But for now, thank you everybody for joining me. Generally speaking, I would be raiding someone that would be streaming the Sandbox at this time. Nobody else is streaming at this time, so let me know if Dizzy goes live. For now, I'm just going to take a short break and I'll be right back. So we won't end yet. I think we might go another 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see. Oh, so the entire faces for equipment per item, Sparky. Uh-oh. Nice, Panda. And Yuri, thank you. But yeah, everybody, we're hanging out. I have a lot to catch up on, so vacation's over for me, and I like streaming with you all, so thank you for being here. I'm going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Please keep yourselves company. Be right back.
Inconceivable!
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. You are not a Jedi yet.
lattice.
Clever girl.
Yo, I'm back. Panda. Did your command work for you, Panda? And yeah, 978 volumes down on that one. Let's see.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Huh, interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! Yo, Vizu 3D, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so back in Vox Edit here. Whoops. Down. We'll try a different camera angle. Back in Vox Edit, I want to look at my smoke. And we're going to work on that crossguard a bit. But do let me know if Dizzy goes live, or if any of you want to start streaming. I'd be happy to raid you. Generally speaking, I'll go have breakfast, brunch, lunch. One of those three, or all three at the same time. And then, you know, get into the deep work of things. When it comes to streaming, I do get distracted. Namely because I'm trying to be entertaining, I guess. You know, try and talk, communicate, socialize. And so that's when I, you know, get most of my good work done. Is when we're offline. But I also enjoy streaming. Streaming's fun. I just try not to overdo it. Because in the past, I have overdone it. Ooh, Zumsy, you have a new one. Alright, cool. Speaking of Zumsy, with the Nani meme, I'm gonna have more variants. So that one's always gonna have your name on it. Zumsy. Hey, go west!
Oh my gosh.
So, go west, are you down for a boss fight? Let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna do an easy boss fight. So everyone here, if you want to participate, I think up to 8 people can join in on this. We're gonna do easy, and you guys can earn 100 stream points if you want to play. So, in order to join, you type !join, space, warrior, or !join, space, priest, or !join, space, mage. And so this is a boss that Go West suggested. The Sandworm. So we have a full party now. Good luck. So while I'm working, you guys can fight this boss. Looks so dumb. Yeah, we'll put it up here. Good luck, everybody. Panda, you have to do ! Firebolt, or any of those, or you can just type 1, 2, or 3. You can just, I think 1, 2, or 3 works. Ah, no worries, Sparky. And yeah, it's the first 8 people, I think. It's whoever's turn it is. So Hyena, that was your turn. Good job, Hyena. How are you? Nice to see you. And yeah, we can see it's the boss's turn. Just dealt damage to SSK Wolf and Grievous. I want to move it around, though. That's what I'm looking for. Here we go. Where should we put it? No, not in the middle. Just so it's easier to see. That's fine. We'll just keep it right there. Alright, Panda. Well, thank you so much for popping in, Panda.
I'm amazing. Voxel artist. Boop, 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 boop.
Ooh, finishing some parkour. That's awesome, Hyena. Well, I'd love to see the game when it's ready. So let us know. Yeah, whoever's turn it is, try the 1, 2, and 3. It might be easier. Parkour! Alright, I'm gonna get to work though. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and see why my animations weren't instant. It looks as though when I copied the keyframes, they were not keeping the animations. Or when I was control selecting, it wasn't changing the animations for all of them. So let's take a look here. It appears as though the animation is not saving. I'm going to zoom in. We can see, actually, as we're zoomed in now, that the animations are not saving. So the first thing I'm going to do is save, leave, and come back in. And then go back to these flames and see if they'll save now. So these are the things you have to troubleshoot. So in our flames, we'll zoom all the way in so we can see the transitions here. And we want them to be using this instant. And we can see that even though I am clicking it, it's not saving them. Instead, we want to have all of them selected and try changing it. And it looks like it's saving now. So by selecting all 3 of these. And so what I'll do is I'm going to go to each of these and just select them all at the same time. Control click to select more than one. I'm going to go to each of these that has the 3. Oh, you guys can't even see it because of the boss fight. But you can see here, we have our instant frames. Okay, Panda, sounds good. Did Go West, are you here? Did you get to see the boss? A default, we'll try and get you in the next one too. Yo, Batman, what up, dude? How you doing, Batman? Batman, I saw you won a contest recently. Another Twitter giveaway. Give it away now. Oh, Go West. No worries, dude. I just wanted to show you your worm. The worm. We saw you popped in and we're like, all right, we're fighting the worm. Go West is here. But yeah, that was a Go West suggestion. And so it's the worm from SpongeBob. I think you guys are going to beat him, though. So in the meantime, I'm fixing the animations, the keyframes. And I'm right-clicking them. Can't really see it, but just know I'm doing it. You can see this one on the right side of the screen. But Control Select, selecting the 3 keyframes, right-click, changing the animation to instant. And that's this kind of like boxy looking one. And so what that'll do is make the frames transition in a way that's much, much faster, rather than kind of linear sloping to the next animation. And so I just need to do this with each of them, because it didn't save, apparently, first time. And I think it's because I couldn't copy-paste them, interesting enough. So like if I copy-pasted these flames, it either didn't save them, or it only saved the ones that I had set up correctly the first time. So it looks as though some of them do have the correct And so I'm just kind of skimming through them. Ah, Go West. I didn't know you were financial aid. That's cool. But yeah, keep at it, Go West. Thanks for popping in, saying hi. Just wanted to show you your worm. Ooh, I should name it the West Worm. The West Worm. But I'm gonna set a timer. So in 12 minutes from now, we're gonna do a giveaway. How's that sound? Uh-oh, people are dying. Panda's AFK, can't fight back. I think you guys got this, though. Keeper got one shot. No, rip Keeper. Oh, Game Dizzy's live, nice. Okay, cool, we'll have to go hang out with Dizzy. But I'm gonna at least get this weapon working first. So I've adjusted the flames in the smoke. I should probably rename them to where the keyframes are instant. So now that they're instant, I'm gonna save and export to Marketplace. And so we're basically going to end the stream in about 12 minutes with a giveaway. So if you guys stick around for that, you have a chance at earning a creator coin. So we're gonna replace our torch pipe. This is version 7. Save. And then back in the game maker, we leave and come back. Oh no! Did you guys win? Yeah, it looks like you guys won. GG! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So, I think what we'll do is I will make the boss a 3 creator coin type of reward. And what I'd like to do is have that boss be like a once a stream type event. But let me know if you guys have ideas or thoughts on like how to incorporate that boss into the stream more. I think it'd be fun. Cool. Alright, so in the game maker, we're now going to take a peek at our weapon here. And now that I've made it instant, you don't see the transition. So this is important to note. We do not see the transition of the smoke flying in front. However, it's also important to note that we can see where they end. So you can actually see the smoke 600 feet in front of the player. But if you're just looking at the weapon, you do not see it. However, you do also see it behind the player. Why is it appearing behind the player? It's more than one of them. It appears to only be oh, okay, never mind. That wasn't behind the player. This one here is actually making that. So I was looking at it as though the one in my hand was doing that. But no, it's this one on the horizontal. But the one in front, like you can still see it in the distance here. The smoke is reaching its ending point and then reorienting itself for repeating the same animation. I think it looks pretty cool. One thing I might consider doing is splitting up the smoke even more. So rather than having, each smoke be 3 voxels, I would have each smoke be 1 voxel and then have 3 smokes. You know what I mean? And those are the types of details that are small, yet, add to the asset. It just adds more value, I would say. A flamethrower sword? I called it the torch pipe. I was considering adding like flames to it, but rather it's more like a muffler or like a pipe that is used as like a beating weapon. You can slap them across with it. We can find the logos of Sandbox. Ooh, hyena. Yes, there is a press kit is what it's called. A press kit. Let me see if I could just search it real quick. Cool. All right, check this out. Hyena. Here is the link you're looking for. And yes, VVox, it was on their website. Yeah, no worries, Hyena. Export to Marketplace twice? Ooh. Sometimes. That has happened to me before in the past, Sparky. So I will show you the other monochrome asset I was working on. But with that torch pipe, I'm pretty close to being done. There's only so much more I can add to it. I just wanted to perfect it in a way. And then this is the other character we'll probably be working on tomorrow. So you can see his body, he doesn't really have a coat on. But when he's looping like this, he does have his coat. That's weird. You can see his coat is sucking itself into his body. That's not how that works. But for the sake of presentation, it's using the smart emote, which I had made custom, which is supposed to loop. I don't know why it's not looping properly. Because it's like sucking itself into his body. So let's take a look at that real quick. And in 4 minutes, we're going to do giveaway and end the stream and go raid Dizzy. So I'm going to save and leave this map real quick. Go back into Vox Edit. So I've saved it. We'll look at Dexter here. So Dexter has a lab coat. The lab coat should not be getting sucked into his body. And it doesn't appear to be in this emote. So what I'll do is I'll export it to the marketplace and just re-upload it. Simply speaking, I haven't updated it recently. So maybe it was just, it needed it to be updated. Ooh, nice, Sparky. I hope your tests go well. I look forward to seeing everybody's contributions. I think a lot of people ended up making, cool assets for this monochrome contest. And so even if mine doesn't, place, I'm probably going to recolor him and use him in a game. Which I hope all of you consider is like making your assets for competitions and then also using them for something else. Why is this the default? That's incorrect. Okay. I think I didn't upload it correctly. So let me try that one more time. So we're going to do export to marketplace. And then you can see that I have default animation selected. I want smart to be the default. This is an animation I made custom. So there is a chance that because I'm using a locked template, that it's breaking things. So I used default animation smart, and then it takes a moment for it to open in Sandbox. So in Sandbox, I'm going to replace an asset. I want to find Dexter. And it's using this name for the default animation rather than smart. But we'll see how it interacts in-game. But I'll go ahead and save it. Save as draft. I'm not going to publish it yet. And then we're going to hop back into the Sandbox game maker. Le game maker. You know, I was in Canada this weekend, and like 1% of people spoke French. Okay, so we can still see my character is having some problems. And we want to take a look at the animated decoration. We want to change this to smart. And I think it's simply because I'm using a custom animation on a human medium template. So I'm just curious as to why it's breaking. Yeah, it's still getting sucked into his body. Oh, Grivox, I didn't know you were from Canada. Parlez-vous français, Grivox? Je m'appelle Halfd0rk. Comment allez-vous? Nova Scotia. Well, we did meet like one person. And, you know, they spoke French, and I tried my best to have a French conversation. You failed that class, Grivox. I feel you. Grivox, I have simple items that I've made. Need to get them to where I like. Yes, me too. For sure, Go West. That's a talent. That's a skill, is making videos and presentations. And honestly, it does help your chances, I would say. It's not part of the contest. However, it does help the presentation. It's marketing, really. And yeah, Grivox, I took high school, 2 years of French, and then college I took a couple semesters. But I've pretty much lost all of it. But yeah, I'm going to fix this coat and get back to you all. In the meantime, we have a giveaway to do. So, you guys have 2 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. You have 2 minutes to put in the keyword monochrome. So if you put that in, you have a chance at winning a creator coin today. And we're going to end the stream and raid our good friend Dizzy. So you got 1 minute, 30 seconds, 90 seconds to go. And thank you everybody for joining me. It's been a good time. Oh no, what happened? Just canceled them. Apparently they're not installing today either. Aw, damn, Maxi. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. It was Virgin Media, huh? Bunch of virgins. Sorry. Alright, you guys have about 45 seconds. Yeah, Maxie, Google Fiber, if possible. I know a lot of people say good things about Google Fiber. Yeah, screw those guys. Wolf Zombie, did you have a bad experience with them too? Ooh, let's see if this will work. Nice. Oh, cool, I can make you guys all dance. And I can make you jump. Yo, Cyber Dragon, what up, dude? Yeah, Maxie, you're might be different. What's available? And Cyber Dragon, thanks for popping in. I've been enjoying your streams lately. I have to watch them on VODs, but I'm still learning a lot. Alright, time's up. We're rolling. Zumzy! Didn't you just say today you wanted one? You had a meme in mind. And yeah, Cyber Dragon. I hope you're doing well. If you guys didn't know, he streams a lot of Game Maker stuff, so do go check him out. And Zumzy, congratulations. Everybody dance for Zumzy. Wait, can I make you guys all fart together? Yeah, I can make you guys fart. Panda Pops, you missed me. That's what you missed, Panda. So, I'll send you the meme. Okay, sounds great, Zumzy. I will write that down so I don't forget. And Nervex had bought one today, so thank you again, Nervex. But Zumzy, congratulations. Zumzy wants a meme. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. We are going to be raiding our friend Dizzy. So stick around for that. Get you some channel pointies. Let's go to twitch.tv. Clicking all the buttons here. Meow. Thank you, Keeper Top Shot. And yeah, I appreciate everybody popping and saying hi. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a great return. I will be planning for a super long stream in the near future. Uh-oh. Looks like Dizzy's having connection problems. Dizzy has disconnected. Dizzy has left the building. So we'll give him a moment. Hopefully he can hop back on. It looks like he's got the stream back on. Oh, nice, Cyber Dragon. Well, if that's the case, Cyber Dragon, maybe we'll just hang around and wait for you. Because if you guys noticed, Game Dizzy, unfortunately, his stream crashed. And yeah, thank you, 9878. Keeper Top Shot, I just saw your message. Sounds delightful. Peace out. Tell you what, we're gonna go raid this guy right here. His name's Help Me, I Am Trash. I think we've seen him around. So let's queue up a raid. We can go introduce ourselves, say hi, you know, be friendly. Yeah, no worries, Cyber Dragon. We're improvising. Woohoo! Take care. Thanks, Cyber Dragon. And yeah, everybody, have a fantastic Tuesday. I'm going to get myself a bite to eat, but we're going to go meet Help Me, I Am Trash. Introduce yourselves. And if Dizzy or Cyber Dragon pop on, you know, make sure you go hang out with them. Tom Voxel.
Tom Voxel's probably in the chat.
Hey, Tom Voxel. How are you? Welcome, buddy.
Tom Voxel.
Tom Voxel himself.
Tom Voxel's here. And of course, everybody who has emotes, don't forget to use them. Look, Zombie, will you share your syringe with me? Have a great day, all. Bye.